Plus, hear how thieves are threatening the history of Western New York. Plus, thieves are trying to cash in on priceless pieces of Western New York history. Also tonight, pieces of Western New York history could be lost forever. As News 4's Brian Shaw reports, local museums are dealing with an uptick of thefts.
Back in 2006, Michael and Roy Ortiz were arrested for a series of thefts at Western New York museums. Some of the items were recovered after they were sold on eBay. Now they are accused of stealing from a museum in Monroe County. That has museums in our area taking action, sending out warning to watch out for the pair.
We have a notice on the bulletin board and also behind the register of Mr. Ortiz, because he has been seen at 3 other museums in the past month. And the employee wasn't positive, but was pretty sure it was him. So he got his license plate and the make of the car, and he stayed with him while he toured around.
What these gentlemen have been doing is coming to these places towards the end of the day when they know there's not a whole lot of staff on duty. Then they'll take one of the staff members and they'll be with them while the other person is left alone. Donna Zellner-Neal has been sending out the warning emails, making sure other museum workers are on the lookout.
We were really concerned that all the ones who don't get the same listserv that we get wouldn't know about it. Plus, we work with a lot of antique businesses, and antique people have the same kind of things you have in a museum.
I was told that they are usually interested in Civil War memorabilia. These pieces can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Museum, it's irreplaceable. You can't put a value on it because they're usually one-of-a-kind things that you can't replace.
Museums are also taking added measures with surveillance and increased staff, so there is always someone around to keep an eye out. The man that signed in at the Niagara County Historical Society signed in as Todd Kelso. He was said to be between 5'5" and 5'6" with a higher voice. I contacted the Lockport police but was unable to get in touch with the captain who was working the case. Reporting live, Brian Shaw, News 4 at 5.
Local museums are on alert after a pair of brothers accused of stealing historic memorabilia are sighted back in the area. Now, organizations are teaming up to make sure they're not the duo's next victim. Area museums are being extra careful after hearing that a pair of burglars may be on the prowl across Western New York. One museum told YNN's Katie Cummings why they won't even allow the men to step foot in their building.
We have to be almost on eggs every time somebody comes in.
The North Tonawanda History Museum is on high alert after learning 2 brothers accused of stealing items from local museums in the past are back in the area. The Western New York Association of Historical Agencies says Michael Ortiz was spotted on October 19th at the Landmark Society of Western New York in Rochester. 41-year-old Ortiz of Medina and his brother Roy have been in trouble with the law before, charged with stealing from local museums and libraries over the past few years.
They seem to like things like Civil War memorabilia, probably because there's more money in it. They would also be looking for things like silver, gold, brass, anything that they could sell just for the value of the metal.
As a precaution, the museum has set up 24-hour surveillance cameras and flyers as well as an alert system with whistles. They do not have funding right now for glass casings. However, the executive director says the people affected most are patrons.
You don't want to not trust the people that come in, but you have to kind of keep an eye on everybody who does come in.
Down the street in the city of Tonawanda, there are a string of antique shops, and Zellner-Neal feels they could also be at risk for theft. One owner says they've already developed a system to deal with theft.
The merchants around here, we pretty much give each other a heads up. If we see somebody suspicious in our store, then we call everybody else on the phone and give everybody a heads up.
Zellner-Neal says local police agencies have been helpful in the effort, with the Niagara County Sheriff's Office even holding a workshop on how to spot suspicious behavior. In North Tonawanda, Katie Cummings, YNN.